Hello and welcome to another Wolftime gaming video. Today we're going back to Star Wars Legion and we're going to be painting up Inferno Squad. You may recognise these from the Star Wars Battlefront 2 video game. Absolutely fantastic game. I really enjoyed it and I couldn't wait to get hold of these. If you've been following the channel, you know a few months ago I already painted Iden Versio, but I finally got hold of the actual Inferno Squad themselves. Before we get started on that painting though, as usual, let's get that kettle on. Okay, so if you're a regular on the channel, you'll know the first step in painting, or our first step in painting, is always to give it a really good base coat. And I've gone with Games Workshop's Grey Seer for this one. If you've been watching anything recently, you'll know it's been pretty much my go-to, that and Wraithbone, because they're absolutely fantastic and they're really nice and bright, which means they work great with the contrast paints, which we're going to be working on today. However, the first thing we're going to do is start with the basing, which is a little bit strange. I know that a lot of you out there will like to paint the model first and then base after, but I thought I want to get this base out of the way because it's really the boring bit, isn't it? So grab some of the Rhinox hide, which isn't a contrast paint, it's a nice base paint from Games Workshop. It's a really nice brown, it's a good base to start with. And then to actually brighten up some of those areas, to highlight the raised areas of the the grit that we've got on the base, I've grabbed some Mournfang, which is another like mid sort of brown from Games Workshop, and all I'm doing is dry brushing that onto the base here. If you haven't done dry brushing before, you grab a large bristled brush, get a little bit of paint on the brush, wipe the majority off onto tissue, which I know seems like a bit of a waste of paint, but then you get that sort of effect, and you can see there's a couple of different shades of brown on the base now, which look absolutely fantastic. So then the first thing we're going to do with the actual mini itself is paint the face, and we're starting with the eyes. I've grabbed a little bit of Black Templar, which is a contrast paint. This is Contrast Black Templar from Games Workshop, and all I'm doing is drawing, or painting, a line from just next to the nose out to the edge of the eye, and this is essentially going to give this a shaded area around the eyes, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I found it's a really easy way to actually get good looking eyes on these minis. The next thing we are going to do is grab a little bit of white paint. Doesn't matter what paint you use, just a white model paint, any sort of shade, and use a really small small brush to actually draw a white, or rather paint a white line within the black line that we've just done with the contrast paint. And I know you might be thinking, well, why are we actually putting a white paint on there when it's already light grey? Why didn't we just do the outsides? Well, this is really small. It's very hard to just draw a tiny little white black line around the eyes. So we'll do a black line first, white line within, and that essentially gives you what looks like an eyeball, as you can see there. And to actually pick out the centre of the eye, the actual iris, all I'm doing is grabbing that little bit of black paint again, and you can see I'm just touching the centre of the eye. Now you can get a little bit fancy with this. You can go in the direction that your mini wants to be looking at the time. You can move it to the one side, and it does look really good. But all I'm doing here is just putting a little dot just in the centre of the eye there. As you can see, it didn't hold the brush over for very long. It's just a touch, and that finishes off the eyes really nicely. Next we're going to be painting the skin, and I'm using Games Workshop's Contrast Gulliman Flesh for this one, and you can see it's really good because it drops into those recesses really nicely around the ear, the mouth, all those features that the model actually comes with. There's hardly any work you need to do with this. You won't need to shade, you won't need to highlight. All you do is drop this paint straight on there, and it does the work for you. I can't recommend these Games Workshop contrast paints enough. They work really well, and you can see there with very minimal effort we've got a fantastic looking face. If you do want to darken those areas around the mouth and the down a little bit more, you can just touch a little bit more the contrast paint over that area afterwards, and it does kind of work really well. Next thing I'm going to do is the hair, just on this mini, and I'm going to go with another contrast paint called Wildwood. It's a sort of mid-brown contrast paint, but it works really well for these minis because there's so much detail on them. It just drops into all like the recesses on the hair and gives you that really realistic look without too much effort at all. We're going back to the contrast black now, the contrast black Templar, and I'm going to paint essentially the whole mini, apart from obviously the head that we've just spent all that time getting right. So going over the whole thing now, nice thick coat over every part of the mini, because essentially the whole of the uniform is black, but there's a couple of different shades. So at this point we're going to cover the whole of the mini, all of the different bits, and then the next step is to actually darken down some of the leather areas and the armour so they stand out from the fabric of the trousers and stuff essentially. So you can see here it's dried really nicely, and you've got those nice shaded areas and lighter areas above. So now what I'm doing is going back over the top with exactly the same paint over the gloves, the boots, the armour around the chest plate, his belt and holsters as well. And you can see here it darkens it down really nicely, makes it stand out from the rest of the mini. So you're getting two different shades of black on the miniature by using exactly the same paint. You're just giving it a different another coat essentially, and it looks absolutely brilliant. You'll see when the finished article at the end, it really works well to make that sort of leather area stand out from the fabric black. And you're only using one paint as well. You don't have to go out there and get different shades of grey or different shades of black to do that. So now we're going to pick out a little bit of detail just around the weapon, and I've grabbed some of the my trusty lead belcher, which is the go-to paint for all my silver bits on all the miniatures I use. And all I'm doing is kind of dry brushing on the actual the weapon. I'm not like putting loads of paint on there. I'm just picking out those raised areas with just a little bit of paint on the brush, just so it looks a little bit silver. So the weapon itself looks black still, but with silver edging essentially, and it works really well. So the very small detail, we've got that sort of chest console, and there's a few different blinking lights on there. If you look at a lot of the reference images for this online for the game, you'll see that you've got lots of different coloured lights just on the front here. So I've grabbed a little bit of white paint, a little bit of blue and a little bit of red. I'm using Mephiston red and Checklist blue, but you don't have to use those. You can use any red and any blue paint that you want, but I found that these colours do stand out really nicely, and all you want to do is just touch the paint onto those areas, same way as we did with the eyes. Tiny little bit of paint on a very fine tip brush and just drop it onto there, and it looks brilliant. While I had the Mephiston red out, I thought it was time now to actually add some of those red details onto the minis that we see in the game and on some of the art that we can find online. And all I'm doing is drawing a stripe down the sides of the trousers, also down the sides of the arm as well, and just picking out like the Empire symbol and the Inferno Squad symbol rather just on the arms. They are moulded, so you've got a nice circle to actually follow. You can paint it complete red if you want to. I tried to pick out the edge of the circle. You can just see on the mini there, and I think that looks quite effective, and I think it looks really nice, and it's a bit more true to what we see online as well. One of the final steps is to actually paint the base of the mini. I know we've already done the sort of grit and the dirt areas. We've gone with sort of an Endor feel, but it's just to frame the mini. We're just going to paint around the rim as well. I've just grabbed a little bit of contrast black Templar because I had it out and just painted the rim as well, and it frames it quite nicely. Now just to add a little bit of interest to the base of the mini, I've grabbed a little bit of flock, also a little bit of static grass, and I'm just dropping that onto the miniature, little tufts, just to add that little bit of interest, because yes, you could leave it brown, you could just leave it plain brown, but this really does add that thematical element to the miniature, and I think it makes it look more realistic and fully immerses you into that sort of battlefield feel, I suppose. But that's the miniatures complete. You can see there with helmets off, the two main characters that you get with Inferno Squad look absolutely brilliant, and then when you put them with the rest of the squad as well with those black helmets, they look fantastic. Just to note, I know I didn't show you how I painted the helmets, but I did it exactly the same way as the armour with that extra layer of black Templar, and I just put the eyes as Mephiston red as well, which you can just see there on the lenses of the actual helmet, and I think they look absolutely brilliant. I'm so pleased with how these have turned out. Well, you can really see the difference in the blacks that we've got with that fabric area and sort of the leather areas. Before you go though, make sure you do hit that subscribe button, comment down below, let me know what you think of the actual miniatures. I've really enjoyed painting them. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I'll see you in the next one.